This is unbelievable, my friend. Just when it seemed the Eagles were about to suffer their first loss of the season, an unlikely hero appeared on the field and changed the course of history. And it all started with a discreet play by Howie Roseman on the sidelines in the preseason. This decision, which went unnoticed by many, exploded midway through the game against the Rams and became the deciding factor in the victory. I was able to follow behind the scenes of this decision, and I'll reveal how it saved the Eagles at the most critical moment. But first, if you love this team and want to always be one step ahead, subscribe to the channel and follow me, because this comeback has a hidden truth that no one has yet revealed. In a thrilling 33-26 victory over the Los Angeles Rams in Week 3, the Philadelphia Eagles demonstrated incredible resilience and talent. But the one who truly shone, even without the spotlight, was a player who stepped up when the team needed him most, Fred Johnson. Although the game was marked by moments of greatness, such as Jordan Davis's field goal block and touchdown return, and Jalen Hurts' 3 touchdown passes, Johnson's performance was crucial to the team's recovery. Things looked worrisome when Lane Johnson, the starting right tackle, left the field on the first drive with a neck injury. The Eagles' offensive line, already dealing with the pressure of a difficult game, was in trouble. Matt Pryor was the immediate replacement, but his introduction yielded no positive results. He allowed a sack and, even more alarming, a strip sack on Hurts, which could have turned the game in the Rams' favor. Things were getting increasingly tense, and Los Angeles' lead was growing. It was at this crucial moment that Fred Johnson, who hadn't even practiced at right tackle all season, was called into the game. Johnson not only filled the void left by Lane Johnson, but also became a true pillar of the Eagles' offensive line. His introduction was like a touch of magic. In just 4 drives, the Eagles scored 3 touchdowns and an impressive 260 yards. His performance was more than a simple substitution. It was a spectacle of resilience and skill in one of the game's most critical moments. The Eagles' comeback, trailing by 19 points, was fueled by Johnson's performance, and his teammates quickly recognized him as the silent hero of the victory. Fred is a starting tackle in the league. He stepped up when we needed him. It's great to have him back, said Saquon Barkley, praising Johnson's impact on the game. Jalen Hurts also made a point of highlighting his teammates' performance. It's a beautiful game. Fred stepped up when he was called upon, said Hurts, adding that Howie Roseman's decision to bring Johnson back was crucial to the team's success. You have to give credit to the general manager for bringing Fred back, said Hurts. But what many didn't know is that Johnson's return to the Eagles was the result of a strategic move by Howie Roseman. After leaving the Eagles in the offseason to sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars, Johnson was brought back to the team in a trade executed by Roseman. The general manager realized the lack of depth on the offensive line and made the decision to bring Johnson back to ensure the team wouldn't be vulnerable at such a crucial position. Without this trade, the Eagles might have been stuck with Pryor and faced a much more difficult scenario during the game. Roseman's decision to secure Johnson's return proved incredibly astute. Johnson's impact on the game was one of the biggest moments of the season so far. His performance not only kept the Eagles in contention, but also demonstrated the importance of depth and versatility on an offensive line. And while an unlikely hero shone against the Rams, off the field, an unexpected revelation from Deion Sanders brought to light explosive behind-the-scenes stories about the Eagles draft. A bombshell revelation has rocked the football community. Hall of Famer and current University of Colorado head coach Deion Sanders stunned everyone during an interview on the New Heights podcast. Sanders revealed that the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the NFL's most powerful teams, had contacted his son, Shedeur Sanders, before he was drafted by the Cleveland Browns in 2025. The news took fans by surprise and put a new spin on the team's quarterback's future. Shedeur Sanders, who has excelled in his incredible college career, was on the Eagles' radar before being drafted by the Browns. The young quarterback, known for his skill and field presence, appeared to be a coveted prospect for many NFL teams. For Deion, it was no surprise that Philadelphia had expressed interest. The Eagles know how to spot talent, Deion stated, making it clear that the league is aware of his son's potential. However, Deion Sanders' revelation didn't stop there. He also addressed rumors circulating about Shedeur's resistance to joining the Baltimore Ravens, a team with Lamar Jackson as its undisputed starting quarterback. Who can blame him for not wanting to sit behind Lamar for the next 10 years? Deion said. Jackson, while in the prime of his career, has shown a tendency to suffer injuries that could impact his longevity in the league. For Shedeur, who is looking for an opportunity to shine as quickly as possible, the idea of competing for a spot on the Ravens roster didn't seem appealing. This revelation adds another layer of complexity to the Eagles' already promising situation. While Jalen Hurts has established himself as the team's starting quarterback, Shedeur Sanders' future in Philadelphia is beginning to take shape behind the scenes. With Hurts' presence, who is on an impressive rise, the franchise's next step could be to secure a long-term future at such a crucial position. The curiosity surrounding a possible acquisition of Shedeur by the Eagles in the coming years is enormous. Will Philadelphia make a move to bring him to the city city of brotherly love in the future? This possibility isn't ruled out, especially considering Howie Roseman's track record of identifying and pursuing exceptional talent. It raises the question, with Hurts's current dominance and the success he's demonstrated, will the Eagles really need another quarterback? Perhaps in the future, Shedeur will be a key piece for a new era for the Eagles, or a valuable alternative to strengthen the roster. What's most interesting is that Shedeur, despite just starting his career with the Browns, is a name that all eyes are on. His skill and style of play are more than enough to spark the interest of several NFL teams, and the possibility of a trade or a future negotiation with the Eagles isn't out of the question. The truth is, the Eagles, with their keen eye on the future, cannot ignore the potential Shedeur brings to the table. In the coming years, many factors could influence Shedeur Sanders' path. He could continue to excel in Cleveland, perhaps even replace Joe Flacco or Dylan Gabriel, or perhaps the Eagles could make a bold move to ensure the young talent remains a part of the team. But it wasn't just behind the scenes that news emerged. On the field, fans also received a crucial update on the health of one of the most important pieces of the offensive line. The Philadelphia Eagles' thrilling victory over the Rams in Week 3 wasn't just marked by big plays and brilliant performances from stars like Jalen Hurts and Jordan Davis. There were also tense moments that left Eagles fans on edge, and one of them involved one of the team's most important figures, Lane Johnson. The Eagles' starting right tackle, considered one of the best in the NFL, was forced off the field due to a neck injury early in the game. In such a competitive game, the loss of a player of his caliber could be disastrous, but fortunately, the situation appears to be under control. According to an update from ESPN's Tim McManus, Johnson's injury is not as serious as many initially feared. Although it was a shock for fans, the 13-season veteran should be ready to return to the field as early as next week when the Eagles face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 4. This is a considerable relief, especially considering the impact Johnson's absence would have on an offensive line that has already faced tough opponents in the early weeks of the season. Johnson's injury occurred during a crucial push play, which resulted in a first down for the Eagles, but also forced the right tackle off the field. The player's premature exit generated immediate concern among fans, given the team's highly competitive season so far, with tough games against the Dallas Cowboys and Kansas City Chiefs. This left the Eagles' offensive line in a delicate situation, but fortunately, Fred Johnson stepped in to replace Lane and delivered a crucial performance, helping to stabilize the unit. The turning point came when the Eagles' offensive line, which had been losing ground, regrouped and managed to perform effectively despite Johnson's temporary absence. Fred Johnson, an unexpected replacement, was crucial to the team's recovery, and his performance helped them stay in the game and secure the victory. This kind of roster depth is crucial for teams aiming for big goals like the Super Bowl, and the fact that the team handled the absence of one of its key players well demonstrates the collective strength of the squad. For Eagles fans, the biggest concern was undoubtedly the health of Lane Johnson. The good news is that according to the latest reports, he should be ready to return to the team in Week 4, facing the Buccaneers, who are also undefeated so far this season with a 3-0 record. Having Johnson back for this matchup is crucial to the Eagles' Super Bowl aspirations, as his presence on the offensive line is one of the pillars of the team's success. Based on the updates on Lane Johnson's injury, Fred Johnson's performance, and the Eagles' interest in Shedeur Sanders, how do you believe Lane Johnson's recovery and offensive line depth could impact the Eagles' future, especially considering the possibility of adding a talented quarterback like Shedeur Sanders to the roster in the coming years? Leave your opinion here, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.